So in context, right, in regards to dating the signs or what signs go well together, like I don't have a list. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I told you, I did initially I did the videos for dating of the zodiac signs of this sign with that sign and stuff like that. Yeah, come on, get everybody in, get the traction going. But at this level, astrology is much more complex than matching zodiac signs, sun signs together to say who does well with each other. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I ain't gonna hold you, so I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you I got some lists jotted down of who goes well together. It's bullshit because I know a person's natal chart can have a forecast that's cloudy over here, sunny over there, rainy over there. I've seen it multiple times doing charts, especially dealing with people who are talking about their significant others and stuff like that. Like for instance, right? Let's say somebody got their sun inside of a seventh house. Like they could be their sun sign until they blue in the face, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I met this Cancer guy," but he got a sun in the seventh house. And let's say you're the type that's looking for something that's more, I guess you could say brute, or something that's more I don't give a fuck like. That Cancer sun in the seventh house, you could be like, yo, it's just he too mushy, or he focused on me too much. It's not his fault. It's by default. That's his character. His sun is in the seventh house, so he's going to be focused on his significant other, his lover. Like that's just who he was born to be. Now it may not work with you because of what you got going on in your chart or what your preference is of what your man and your significant other is supposed to be. But you read somewhere in astrology, Tauruses and Cancers do fantastic together. Yada 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 yada. So you went with it. You tried it. You gave it a shot, but you didn't understand the complexities yet of astrology and the depths of astrology. So now you stuck in a situationship. And it's like I said, it's not a homeboy fault. That's who he was born to be, the same way you was born to be someone. So there's that you take into consideration when it comes to those lists that are being made, or just the theory in general that this sign does well with that one. I think that's bullshit. Astrology is much more complex, and some respect should be put on astrology's name when it comes to that shit. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it a ping. Now, something else that I should say I would say take this into consideration more. Take this into consideration more. Like, you can gauge who's a better partner for you by looking at certain planets in your natal chart. So, for example, you could have a Mars in, let's say you got a Mars in Pisces. You'll fuck around and drop everything you're doing in an instant. You might even leave your life behind right now to go run after a Pisces and go be with a Pisces and do whatever. Like things that you might not even imagine that you'd ever do, you might start doing with that Pisces. Reason being is because Mars rules over desire and male desire when it comes to women in astrology. I kid you not. I'm so serious. Look at where your Mars is in your astrology chart and see if you've ever been with guys that are in that sign. And if it wasn't that actual sign, look at the decadence of that sign. It was probably a sign in the same element that you could be with someone, and it's wild because you could be with someone that you really love and been together with for a while, and if that Mars archetype walks in the room or is in the vicinity, it's like the hairs on your neck will stand up and you'll be like hawking them, trying to get next to them. You might do the unthinkable, which brings me to the next thing. Like you can leave your Jupiter archetype for a Mars archetype for 5 minutes. This is a lot of the times when you hear like in relationships when the wife or the husband, they go cheat real quick, they get caught, they confess. Some of them just confess outright because they feel guilty and they like, yo, I gotta tell you something, but it just happened real quick. It was just a fling thing. It's usually because of that Mars character, that Mars archetype. That it's that bad boy archetype, or that, I don't give a fuck, that brute attitude. Like, it don't make no difference if we fuck or not, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're just like, yay. And then or it's just the sign. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be the sign, the characteristics of the sign that you're wowed by. Like, oh, dreamy dude, you know what I'm saying? Hair a little disheveled, doesn't really care, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could just be that just sets you off. You know what I'm saying? But here you are like in a castle with a Capricorn, and you got, you know what I mean? Your Jupiter is inside of Capricorn, which is the husband archetype in astrology. So, you know, you put up, you well kept, you know what I'm saying? Every type of bag you want, this, that, and the third. But something just not clicking in that passionate department the same way that it is when you see a Pisces individual. I would say to look at that more than anything. Same goes with men. Like, I got a Venus inside of Aries, right? But my Pisces is in the 7th house. So I could be with a Pisces woman according to my natal chart, 7th house, significant other, lover, wife, whether it's through business or whether it's through romance, right? Get partnered up with a Pisces. However, be cautious or be aware if Sagittarius enters the chat. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling my future broads, like, be aware if Sagittarius enters the chat, because I'm telling you, that's where my Venus is in Aries, but it falls in the decadent of Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? So astrologically, it's saying my wife is a Sagittarius or Aries, but if you really want to get to the particulars, the secrets be in the decadence. It's the Sag. You understand what I'm saying? So if there's anyone to be worried or concerned about, it's them. And then when you look at my chart and you see where the ruling planet of Pisces is, which is Neptune, is in the sign of Sagittarius. So I'm giving game out to my broad. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen. You know what I mean? But what can you do? It's just like, what can you do? See, sometimes you see chemistry. Astrology is about chemistry. Relationships are about chemistry. It's like a bowl. It's like a bowl full of ingredients that you put together. It's not just gonna be sun signs, yo. It's not gonna be zodiac signs like that, B. It's just not. It's gonna be more about the chemistry, those ingredients. So you may be out and about sometimes. You see it all of the time if you like really paying attention. Like, you go to a restaurant or to a cafe or something, right? And you can see people that are coupled up sitting together, and then the waiter will come. Like, you'll see them talking to each other, and you could be like, they seem like they don't even really fuck with each other like that. You know what I mean? And then the waiter will come, little snazzy, jazzy, 20-something-year-old, you know what I'm saying? And then her eyes just light up, and she's beaming, and he's like, what do you have? And she's like, well, I'll have a... all giddy in the face and all that, you know what I'm saying? Husband right there, peeping game. But he already know what time it is. He might not be able to put his finger on it like, yeah, he's a fucking Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? She loves them Scorpios. He may not be versed in astrology, but it's something along those lines which is causing that type of interaction to happen. And it's no one's fault. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is. It's a such thing as discipline, and you know what I mean? Sad and get involved. Listen, you're in a relationship. Like I said, shared responsibilities, right? If y'all on that type of timing, you would check your bro like, yo, calm down on the whole Scorpio thing or whatever, you know? But in a lot of situations, it's just like, you know, go ahead, man. I'm taking her home anyway. Like, that's my bro. Like, you know what I mean? Get your order on. Get your 5 minutes or whatever this is going to be. You know what I'm saying? But some couples, they know each other that well, so they understand it. They get it. You know what I mean? So there's that as well. What else? I'd say also to pay more attention to this, because you asked about will signs ever, you know, what sign to do away with altogether. I would say don't exclude any sign altogether, because it could be the actual sign that you think you hate based upon what you read or what you heard from some slapstick astrology video. It could be that sign that changes your whole life around, or changes your whole tune or attitude and opinion of that sign because of something else that they got going on in their natal chart that matches with the chemistry of what you have in yours. Now, I think what is more of an important question that you did ask is, what signs show that the person is going to mature and probably change their ways? Well, first, look at the psychology. Look at the psychology. At the age of 25, most people are going to be set in their ways, meaning their mindset, which is, in astrology, your mindset is the aspects. Wherever the planets were aspecting each other when you were born, that mentality, or those mentalities and perceptions is what's going to more than likely shape the mentality of the person when they become grown. That age hits at 25, so you can probably more than likely guarantee that after the age of 25, a person is set in their ways. Sure, an old dog can learn new tricks, but That's a more in-depth discussion about mutability, being mutable and adaptability and learning new skills. Education is definitely a factor that plays a part in that as well. But for the most part, people are set in their ways at 25. Now, Saturn, the great teacher of astrology, is where the whole changing and maturing is going to kick in later on in life. It rules over the later years in your life. So I would say check a person's Saturn return, because they're going to go from 25, they're going to go to 29. That's when their Saturn return comes. What have they accomplished by then? They've accomplished something by their Saturn return, and if not, you're dealing with a dun-dun-dun. I'm just keeping it a bean. I just got to tell you how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need more learning. They got a harder head, than you would think or would like to think, and they're not paying attention to the signs. This is just astrological stuff. I don't got nothing to do with it. I'm just the messenger. I've tracked it. I've seen it for myself. I've experienced a lot of it. I'm telling you, you want to look for maturity, what they did. And I'm not saying that they're supposed to be like this big top shotter at 29. No, they just reached the authoritative level, but they should have accomplished something that was significant at that point in their life to show that they've made it. All right. Now, from that point moving forward, then they really going to grow and become more mature. I would say look really into the 30s and the 40s for people to mature. I would say that as far as childbirth goes as well. You have more discipline, you have more skin in the game, work experience, more wealth when you're older. The whole term of having babies is a real serious thing out here. And again, I'm not trying to put nobody down or, degrade anybody for having children when they were young. But if we were to look at this thing under a microscope more in depth, people will start having babies later on in life. And they wouldn't be doing it in their 20s and stuff like that. I'm just keeping it a bean. So look at a person's Saturn. Also look at the degrees of a person's Saturn. The higher the degree a planet is in a person's chart is the more power and authority that planet is going to have in their lives. So if you're looking for someone who's going to be more mature, more disciplined, more responsible, you want to check their Saturn. If they got a low degree Saturn, it may take them longer to become that, if they ever become that at all. But they may be something more, something different, more powerful, more dynamic in another area. Maybe Pluto is in a high degree and they exercise that, which can be very powerful, could be very, I could just say powerful to keep it summarized. Or, it could be Mars too. They could be all over the place, you know what I'm saying? Jumping out of planes and on an adrenaline kick or whatever the case may be. That might float your boat, you know what I mean? But if you're looking for maturity, like you said, look at the person's Saturn degrees, and also be aware of this. If their degrees in Saturn is like real high, it could take longer for them to reach it than you would like it to be. Because that means it has so much authority that Saturn is going to feel like, well, I could take more time. Saturn rules Chronos, it rules over time. So it's like, I could take as much time as I want. You understand that, right? You being a student, wherever the sign that Saturn is placed in, like, we're going to wait this out as much as we possibly can. And that person has to be very strong to carry that out, especially someone who anticipates success, especially material world success that Saturn gives after repetition and putting that work in. Some people don't get it until they 60, 70, and they got to live with that. Like, that's the hand that they dealt. You know what I'm saying? So you will want to look at that. You'd also want to look at this. This is very important in relationships, but people got to look at it as the individual partner that they're in the relationship with. Is check out the cycles of their solar returns. So, like me, for example, I've been using myself a lot as an example, and it's probably causing more friction than not. But so what? Like I said, for the craft, right? I'm in a solar return cycle of the cardinal signs. So a lot of things are starting for me in my life. They're starting anew. Those cycles last for decades at a time. So you're going to go through a cardinal cycle for a decade. You're going to go through a succeeding type cycle for a fixed cycle for a decade. You're going to go through a cadent, mutable cycle for a decade. So they go in 30-year spurts, you know. This will show you where a person is at in life. So if I wanted to start a business, this would be the best 10-year cycle to start it. If I wanted to start a relationship, this would be the best 10-year cycle to start it. And the longer that I wait, then, like, let's say I don't start a relationship. Let's say I don't find the new woman in a relationship to be with during this 10-year cycle, then I'm more than likely going to follow through. I think the fixed signs are next for me. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. It could be the mutable ones, but if it's the fixed ones, then I could be expected to follow through with a woman that I met during this particular time. You know what I'm saying? So that also tells a lot about the person. And if you want to look for maturity, you would also want to look where the mutable signs in that solar return cycle is at, because the mutable signs are the end. You know what I'm saying? The 3, the 6, the 9s, and the 12. This is the ending of the cycles. So this is where the person should be tying up loose ends and, you know, bringing things to a closure, completing the cycles. You hear a lot of that in tarot. Or this cycle is about to end. This cycle is about to be over. Got a lot to do with that. So you will want to look at those places and those things. You see how, well, I would think anyway, and I still watch YouTube astrologers to this day. I don't see astrologers talking about that stuff. You know, and that's not to put them down, but I guess, you know, when you're being professional and you're trying to enter the marketplace, sometimes it's just so much simpler to go with what everyone already knows and what everyone wants to hear, because you're treating it like a business. And it's like no one's going to really want to pay attention to you if it sounds complicated and they don't know what you're talking about, you know. But if everybody's talking about the same thing and then you just put your spill on it and you put, you know what I mean, your stamp on it, your logo on it, then it's like you're in the algorithm. You understand what I'm saying? But in all actuality, those are not the things that's going to show you which zodiac sun sign you should be dating. Now, some other things come to mind as I'm in my travels or whatever the case may be. I'll come back to this and like get in the comment section and make a comment somewhere, or just jumpstart another video if enough things come up, because I'm still learning as the days go by too, especially when I do natal charts. Like, I learn something new every time I'm doing somebody's chart. So, you know, great hopes for the future. Until next time, I'm out.